Okay, the other thing here is you can see my door panel, just the standard Factory 5 door panel. I bent it over, you know, I think a wall or something kind of sat on it to get a little bit of the kink in here. Just bend it smoothly. On one of these doors, this part had to get changed because it didn't fit the door panel right. I don't remember if it's a passenger or driver's door, but I had to redo the fiberglass there. You can see I polished up the interior handle a little bit, got the plugs. I added some door pins for safety, especially if I'm taking a long drive. If you're doing 70 on the highway, it's kind of nerve-wracking to worry about the doors coming out. I went with these door pins, and they're kind of cool, but if I were going to do this again, I would definitely put a rubber, one of the rubber grommets in and have all the wires go through a rubber panel there. That gives you some flexibility to add more wires if you want. And these things are pretty cool, but they're touchy to get set up right and get everything aligned. And it was just one more thing to get aligned in the car. And there's enough going on with the doors to keep you busy without adding that. I went with the 3-point harness. Factory 5 added that as an option when they came out with the truck. And I went ahead and put the 3 points in. It makes it a lot friendlier when you have other people getting in and out of the car. It's just easy to do, and I'm not driving this like a race car, so that's worked out well. I went around and tried multiple things with seats and ended up going back to the original seats like this. You can see now I did put a piece of wood underneath to kind of support this in the middle, so you didn't end up with your butt being on the metal frame of the seat. I do have seat sliders in it as well. I'm a little uncomfortable that I don't have a headrest. That's the only part that kind of bothered me on this, and I still may put some kind of bar between on the roll bar so that I can get that. Since this is a Gen 2, the interior does not come with any inner liner, which kind of leaves it as an unfinished approach to me, and I wasn't too happy about that. So what I ended up doing is several different things here. One is the top is not glued on or anything like that, but I do have the top, I don't plan on ever taking it off. So I needed to be able to get access to the fuel tank because the pumps are back there and stuff. So what I did here, and it can be, I don't know how to show it particularly, but I've got a piece of foam covered with vinyl right here on the roll bar, but behind the roll bar, there's actually a panel here, a little piece that I cut out and covered independently with vinyl. And unless you really look, you're never going to see it. But if you take this allows you to remove the main part of the waterfall relatively easily if there's some service that's necessary. So what you need to do is remove the seats, then you can pop the waterfall off. I've got the waterfall attached with push-in hidden pins, if you will, all around. Rather than trying to screw it in, I just used the pop pins, and that's worked out great. Not had any issues with that, been happy with that. What I did on the back, there's a surround for the rear window that I created. This is just ABS covered with the vinyl that I got, and that hides kind of the back and makes it look pretty nice back here, I think. I also painted the entire inside of the roof with Rhino liner. Again, trying to, make this look a little more finished than just raw fiberglass covered with something. In the center here, you can see that I've added an LED dome light, and then just kind of a Art Deco-ish kind of stair step to make the roof look kind of cool. Again, the roof is bonded to the it plugs into some metal pieces bonded to the roof to hold it in place, and it's been working great so far. No issues with it. I also figured that people were going to want to be able to have something to grab onto to help them get in and out. So I mounted I think it was a 3/4 or 1 inch piece of steel tubing behind onto the fiberglass and glassed it in. It's been really secure. And then put in some nutserts and then mounted an old Cadillac rear seat handle into it so that you have a grab handle to get in and out of the car. This makes it a lot easier and keeps people from trying to use the door as their way to get in and out of the car, because you don't want people pushing up and down on the door. As you know, you got enough fun things with the doors going on. The front window surround is similar to what I did in back. I've got a piece of ABS covered with vinyl. It's held at the top by the Mighty Wiper bodies themselves. Okay, so they're screwed in. When you're driving, you don't even really see them. They just are hidden up there. Around the sides, there's a couple more of those. I've got the Christmas tree push-ins into blocks that I mounted around the windshield. There's a lot more detail on my blog build sheet on that one. From the point of view of the interior itself, I didn't want to have any switches on the dash. I wanted a cleaner dash look, and not really a fan of the switches that came in the kit anyway. So what I did was I created a bracket down here to mount the steering. To mount the here's the headlights and then the ignition switch. So it's kind of hidden away so that it's still easy to get to, not a problem, but it is kind of hidden away for people. The other thing I did down here is under the dash here, this knob actually controls the flow of air to the defroster. I got sick of, I didn't want the defroster on all the time. I wanted to be able to blast more of the cold air or hot air into the interior, by normal standards. But there are times when you obviously need the defroster, and I found that out when I went to the Street Rod Nationals this year. It rained, and I had to, get around that. So anyway, I've got a defroster. I've got a splitter in the system to do that. Again, that's documented on. I went to one of the shows and saw this dash insert and really liked it. So I used this dash insert, and then I swapped over to Dakota Digital Gauges. And just like the look and the way these all work, I'll go ahead and turn things on here. I also added, and I did it, this is the high beams, and that works out The radiator has been blacked out. If I were to do this again, I would also probably powder coat those silver brackets, but it gives it a nice clean look in the front. It's all black behind the grill. And that looks good, I think, going down the road. I like the lights. I got them hooked up for the daylight running lights. I had to do, the normal stuff to get the side panels to fit. I had a lot of problems with the side panels. I don't know how much of it was me and how much of it was some combination of things, but I ended up sectioning the lower side panels down here to kind of get things to fit the way I wanted. Came out okay on the passenger side. Not so great on the driver's side. It got a little low, but it is what it is. The car isn't symmetrical, and sometimes that's hard to take into account. At this point, I've polished this to get it looking better than just the plain metal. I may make a cover for it, just haven't decided if it's worth doing anything with that. You can see what I've done on the AC. Nothing special there. It's just trying to find the right places to route this stuff. I ended up getting the March turn downs here to get the AC hoses more hidden and out of the way. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, let me put it up on the lift and let's look underneath and see what we can find.